Hi everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome back to another start to finish layout. Yes, and up for today is a start to finish layout using the band design, which is what we talked about yesterday in our go-to series, all about the band. That's what we're going to talk about. Now, I'm also going to be using a load prompt, and the load prompt is based again on another musical, and this one is My Fair Lady from 1956. I did not know My Fair Lady was around that long, and so the prompt was, who has been a big influence in your life, or use flowers on your layout? Well, hello. That's not going to be hard for me because every one of my layout probably has flowers somewhere. Yes, I am a floral girl. That is not hard for me. So when I think of My Fair Lady, I don't think of Audrey Hepburn. No, I think of Julie Andrews. And of course, Julie Andrews makes me think of, yes, the beautiful Mary Poppins. And so that is what I'm going to be working with today, is some photos that I snapped of the lovely Mary at Disney. And so I'm going to do this a little different because I want to pull out a kit. I got some questions about that. And so I'm going to actually pull it out and show you how I start when I pull out a kit. Okay, so that is my photos. I got my story. And my sketch is going to be the band design. And so what am I going to use for papers? Well, because that's my formula. So I pulled out my DIY catalog / inventory of my papers. And of course, it's mostly my paper pads. But in front of this, I have my kits. And so once again, I just simply flip through this and I look for my mood and feel. Now, my mood and feel would just not be my colors. Of course, I have red and white, and also florals. Okay, so red, white, florals, and then also too, I have the Disney element. I have Mary Poppins. You have magical, that type of thing. So that's my mood and feel. So I'm just flipping through my kits because I know I want to use a kit, because then it's just easier for me to do a quicker page if I use a kit. And so of course, I'm here at page kit number 5, and what is it? It is my knockoff version of the Fancy Pants, the Bright Side. And so that is absolutely what I'm going to do. So I just went to my closet. I looked for my page kit, if I lost it already. Oh my great Lord. And I just pulled my number 5, and see, I have it numbered number 5. And so this is my knockoff kit that I did. Now I have a video link below of me making this knockoff kit of this Fancy Pants line, because of course I knew it has floral, it has red and white. Well, right there's 2 things, and then it has the mood and feel I want. Something light, something airy, something cheerful, which is Mary Poppins. Yes. Now, I wish someone was here to give me a title, because I've been thinking about this. I can't think of a title, so it's going to have to come to me as I make my page. So these kits I have stored in these Dollar Tree bags, and I've been getting some questions. And this is the actual box that they look like, and I find them at the Dollar Tree, and I get this size large. You get 3 in a box, and they are, I want to give you the right measurements, 15 by 15. Okay, so this is the box, okay? 3 bags in the large, 15 by 15 for $1. Yes, 3 bags for $1. Yes, and they're such good quality. So when I pull out a kit and I'm working on this, and of course I have someone covered up in the photo. I don't have permission to show that, so that's why that flower is there, just to cover up someone. And so I'm going to I'm going to pull my papers, and I leave everything else in my kit. I just pull my papers. And why do I do that? Well, first of all, I'll tell you why. I don't want to clutter up my desk right off the bat when I'm pulling out kit supplies. Now, this might be a little chatty, but I got some questions, and you know how I love to talk. So if you just want to see a finished page, by all means, just fast forward and you'll see a completed layout using the band design. But I got some questions about how do I pull my kits, and how do I start, using the supplies in my kit. And so this is what I'm going to do. So of course, this is just my papers, and there are my scraps in a page protector. That's just a quick way I house them in my kits. And of course, here's my inspiration of the lovely Mary Poppins. Okay, and of course I'm going to be using red and white and flowers and anything of that. And of course, my whimsy, my magical, my mood and feel. Okay, so of course, I have some scraps here. So since I'm using the band design, some of these scraps are work in very, very well. So I'm not going to have these go too far. But then when I'm pulling things from my kit, I better move my ATG. That thing gets flapping around. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my signature page, piece of paper that will start the whole ball of wax, and I already know which one it's going to be because I know when I made this knockoff kit, this paper is in here because it's one of my favorite papers from my mind's eye. And what is it? Yes, it's this one here. Now, tell me that that does not help me with my mood and feel right off the bat. Yes, you see why I love pattern paper. Why we all love pattern paper, because right here, that's my main embellishment. So I already know that's going to be my signature paper because that was what I thought of when I saw that kit in my catalog there, my DIY. And I'll have a video linked below showing how I did my paper pads if anybody wants to see more about this, because I know I have some new subscribers and I try to include other videos. So of course, what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for some other papers to coordinate with this. And of course, I'm doing the band design, so I do need to think of a background and, you know, maybe what will be my band. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking about. And so I'm just going to sit here and just talk and pull some supplies. Now, of course, this is one of my favorite red pieces of paper when it comes to floral. It is from Pebbles Woodland Forest. It's called Stitched Floral. Yes, and I bought this in multiples, but it just isn't my mood and feel for today. No, this is my mood and feel. And so I'm going to also give a quick look. Now, right there's that, but I have it in a scrap. So guess what? I think that's the same paper. Oh, no. This is not the same paper. This has a different tone of black and white. So I'm definitely going with this and not the scrap. But I don't want my scraps to go too far. There's no sense cutting up a 12 by 12. When a scrap will do. We all know that. But I have no problem cutting into a 12 by 12. No, none at all. I got out of that years ago. I have lots of paper. And I've said this before. I have so much paper, nothing. My paper will not go on strike. No, because it gets used. Now this is also too. I love those. So what am I doing? Okay. So when I built this kit, I narrowed my choices and created a kit. So within my kit now, I'm narrowing my choices even more so I don't have everything in this kit on my desk. I don't need everything. Okay, now here's a red dot. I will skip that because I have this black dot. Now this is a very whimsical type of text paper. This is from Fancy Pants Happy Place, Kim Watson. Talk about a talented scrapbooker there. Yes, Kim Watson. Wow. Yes. I don't think she's ever done anything I don't like. Okay, so I think that's going to make it. That's very whimsical. We'll see. And so then I'm only going to pull a few pieces of paper. It's just something that stands out. And I'm also trying to keep in the back of my mind a background piece of paper. And if nothing in here works for a background paper, no fuss, no muss. I just pull something from my inventory of cardstocks. Okay. So what do I have? Okay. Oh, I like this black and oh, that's pretty too. Fancy Pants 2012. That was the day. That was the year Fancy Pants rocked. Yes. I think I like. Okay. Let me show you something. So this is how I would decide if I'm going to take this black dot or this black dot. Okay. So if you can see that in this black dot on the right, the dots are in a sporadic fashion and they are bigger than this linear fashion. So which one would I pick? I would pick the one that does not match my signature piece. So if you look on this one, see how the dots are more linear and not as whimsical as this one? So that's why I'm picking this. This is too much and similar. Now you'd say, well, how they're similar? This is floral, this is black. Look at the actual design of the dots. They're very similar. So I'm going to choose the one that's not similar to give me variation in my page. So that is how I make my choices. And I think that is my papers. So I have 5. That's plenty. I don't know what I'll use, but I have options. I love that. Yes. Of course, I liked this Fancy Pants line. Okay, what else did I have left? I just had that. Okay, very pretty floral by Simple Stories. Okay. And I just love this green and white. My Mind's Eye, Market Street. That was such a nice collection. Okay, so those are my papers. So everything else can get put away. This is my choices. Okay, let me move this here. This is my choices. And so with my kit, I just narrowed my choices even more so I don't have to have everything that's in this kit on my desk. I have more room to play. Yes, I love that. Yes, yes. Now let me move these out of the way. And so then what else do I have on my kit? Well, of course I have alphas, and that's what I go to next. So I don't simply pull all of these out at one time. If I have space, I do. But I don't do anything the same when I'm scrapbooking. I like a variety. Okay, so this is the 4 fonts alphas I have, and so I already know the pink and yellow is not making the cut, and then I have these 2. Okay, and they will both make the cut. I don't really care for the font for this, but I definitely like it for these. Oh, October afternoon. Whew, yes, I love these. Okay. And these, of course, by the Daily Flash. We all love that line. And then these absolutely match my mood and feel more whimsical. Yes, I wish someone would tell me, what could I give this a title? I'm working from My Fair Lady, the musical. I'm talking about Mary Poppins, but yet I have a little bit of a story I want to tell. I don't know. I don't usually have this much trouble coming up with a title, but I am. Maybe it'll come to me in my sleep. Does anybody else dream about scrapbooking? I'm raising my hand. I do it all the time. Yes, okay. So now what do I have left? What I have left, you can see in my bag, is I have nothing but bag of embellishments by color. Okay, so there's no need for me to pull every one of these bags out because I'm not going to use it. So what am I going to pull? I'm going to pull the colors that pertain to me. So that would be my red bag. I don't need this blue. Oh, the black would be good. And then, what else do I have? The green, well, you know that's making the cut. Again, I don't need pink and yellow. Now, you could definitely do that if you wanted a pop of contrast, and there's craft. And I'm going to pick that only because of what's in the background of that. So, the rest of this stuff is all bagged up, off my desk, and out of my hair. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, so there are my baggies. And how quick is that to have everything I need? I can just keep my behind on my seat, yes, and just get to playing. That is very, very quick, okay? Now, what will I do? I will simply open, and I'm just going to keep on keeping on. I will open these embellishments, and I will put them in the lid of a photo box, okay? And I'm just going to show you something. Now, look at that. That was jelly bean soup. Now, that's a roll of washi, folks. Oh, look at that bread. Oh, yes, yes, getting excited. That's already making the cut. Okay. Don't you just love, this is like Christmas morning, folks. Opening this up, I can't say enough about making kits. No, really, really has increased my productivity over the years. And you're talking to someone, this is honest to God, the goodness truth. I never thought I would be able to use a kit without having my photos in hand first. No, I was a type of person, I would have my photos in hand, and then I would go to my papers, and then I go to my alphas, and then I'd go to my, embellishments, and then I would try to find a sketch, and then an hour later, I had no interest in working on anything because I had just put too much brain power in the previous, okay? So when I saw back in the 2Ps days, and people were making kits like this, with no photos in hand, no photos in mind, I could not wrap my brain around how they were doing it. And then I just started trying one day. And then, now look, now I can make kits in my sleep. Yes, because I've done them for so long and so often, anything you do becomes easier and easier. So, if you're, oh, happy. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. So, and look, I have a roll of washi in every one of these colors. I love that. You know what? I think I'm going to use this 12 by 12. I think that's what I'm going to do. I have a button laying here. I think I'm going to use this 12 by 12. I used that in one other page not so long ago, and it just gave me more room to play. Now, it wasn't as easy to take back and forth to my desk. You know, it's 12 by 12. But I liked being able to spread out my embellishments. So, oh, the bicycle. Well, wouldn't it be nice if I had an umbrella in this as far as die cuts? You never know. Okay. So, what was I saying? I probably went on 3 rabbit trails. Lord, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, back to that. Yes, I don't know how to convey any more about do not stress over when you're building a kit of worrying what type of photos you're going to use and have. Something always matches. Also, yeah. Now, when I was building this kit, did I have any idea I was going to be doing a page about Mary Poppins? None whatsoever. But it's all going to work, and it's going to work beautifully. It always works out. And I think it's because I do a variety of pages as far as topics. I do a variety of years. So there's always, each year there's always different colors. I think I like that better. Yes, I like that better. I have more room. So yes, don't let that be a hang up. Make a kit, even if it's just a small kit, and just play with it. And then I also recently got the question, how long do I keep my kits? I keep them for as long as they feel fresh and fun. Once I start to be like, I don't want to play with it, and then I tear it down and I put all this stuff back in my regular supplies. Like this would not go in my washi, but these would go in my washi, and the rest would go in my color bins and drawers. So right there is everything I need to play. I mean, look what I have. I have die cuts and stickers and chipboard and washi and wood veneer, and then I have transparency or vellum pieces. I have photo corners. I have breads. I have tags, frames, everything I need. Yes, okay. So that is what I'm going to be working with, and that is how I start playing with a kit right there. And it all started with that piece of paper. Look how well that's going to go. Love it, love it. Okay, and I love those two things right there. Now that might not be the exact red, but that's okay, because I don't do matchy-matchy anymore. Nope, now I record the story. So I will come back after I have fun playing with all these beautiful fun elements and getting a simple band design in. Yes, oh, dragonfly. Every time I see a dragonfly, I think of the Gilmore Girls. Does anybody else do that? We are big Gilmore Girl fans here. Yes, okay, I'll smile. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so I don't know what my title is going to be, but if I knew what my title would be, I would have already pulled this, and I would have got a piece of wax paper, because wax paper is not very far from me, and I would have put my title on here, and probably I would have used something like this for the date or a subtitle, and then I would put those away too. That way they're not taking up space on my desk. Okay, but I don't have that yet, so I will just keep that there. And I'll think of a title as I'm creating my page. So I will be back with a finished band design with the lovely Mary Poppins. Okay, come back. Okay, so I'm back, and I haven't done a darn thing. No, I haven't, because over the last couple of days while this has been sitting on my desk, I've had a few subscribers ask if they could see some real-time scrapbooking, so I thought, well, it's a holiday weekend. We have a little bit extra time. Why not? Okay, now for you, it's a holiday weekend. For me right now, I should be doing Thanksgiving dinner, but, you know, which plays out, scrapbooking or cooking? Yes, okay. So of course everything I have is what I just showed, and then also my embellishments here are on this tray, and let's guess how long before that gets knocked over, but hey, okay, so let's play. What we're going to do is we're going to play with the band, and so of course, you know me, I won't do something just as simple as a band, because I have to play with my pattern paper. Yes, okay. So I know for sure this is going to be my signature piece. So when I'm starting down and sitting down and getting ready to start this, I say, okay, do I want my band to go across, or do I want my band to go vertical? And 99.9% is going to go horizontal, because that's just my go-to thing. And my shots are here, my photos. And so I know that I want this piece to stand out in my band design. And I'm sorry if I got a glare on those photos previously. Sorry, I didn't know that. And so I think I'm going to want my band bigger, or what I can do is create a mat. And so that's what you can do in the band design. If you simply just have a band, but you have another piece of pattern paper that you want to stand out, because sometimes with a band you're only going to get a certain amount, and if you're doing it this way, I would have to make sure it's more than 6 inches, and I'm only going to see this much. No, so I'm going to do a mat with my flower. I know that, yes, and I may do the offset, but we're going to do a band. So I'm thinking my band's going to have to be something that is not as busy as the flowers. So I think my band is going to have to be this paper, because my only other option would be this, and I'm not really liking that. So that's just a little bit more calm. Calm, yes. Okay, so let's get cracking. Since this is going to be my mat, that's going to be my band, okay? And I may mat with one of these, okay? I need a background, and it's not going to be those, so I'm going to have to get a piece of cardstock, and I have them right underneath my desk. Easy peasy. Yeah, it doesn't take me long to reach cardstock. And so I might as well just get my trimmer out, and let's start. So I hope your Thanksgiving weekend is going well. Now, a lot of you know that my little girl is home for the holiday, so I wouldn't need anything else but that right there. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off at 12 inches. Okay, get rid of that branding strip. I don't keep those. And so, okay, for my mat, I think I'm going to do, oh, let's see. I'm always into the 3/4. So let's do 3/4 on one side, 3/4 on another, and then I will simply keep those for something, embellishment or something. Okay, so right here is the beginning of my page. Now, the cardstock I reached for absolutely has some floral that goes with my Mood and Peel with Miss Mary Poppins. And then also, I can keep that this way, or I can, oh yes, okay, you know that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and so I'm going to need a band, and I'm simply going to go 6 by 12 inch band. That is exactly what I'm going to do. And look at that. How quick was this go-to design? Right there's my page. Yes, and I think I just moved everything. Okay, so I won't move that trimmer too far, but that is how simple, how quick my background go-to design is. Okay, so I have my band, but I want an offset. I want a mat with an offset. Yes, now I didn't have to do that as an offset. I just kind of go towards that way. I know, it gives you another little design over here on the left. Okay, so that is, yes, okay. Boy, that went quick. Yes. Okay. Now, what I'll probably do is, I don't have any border stickers because that's fast. But I do have these washies that was in my colors. So I definitely could use a washi. Those birds are cute. Definitely. Or I get that pop of black. But I better wait. I better wait to see my photos. Okay. So this is this, this is this. I know I'm going to need my T-square, so we are going to get cracking already. See how fast these go-to designs are? Yes. Okay, now, what are we going to do here? We might as well just go ahead and adhere. Where's my ATG gun? Okay. So is everybody full of pumpkin pie and turkey, or is your meal, your big feast, coming up this weekend? Some people do it on the weekends. I say have it every day. Yes, Thanksgiving's every day. Yes. Okay, so there is, and I did an offset, and I just eyeballed that, but we will see how that lined up. And close enough for poor people. Yes, there we go. Okay, and now that is my band. Okay. And I am simply going to go ahead and put that down. And there is my background design. The rest is easy peasy, and the fun part, playing with the embellishments. Yes. Okay, so we will go this. How much do I want to show? I think that will be good. And I don't think my paper is going to match up. No. Oh, isn't that just lovely? Okay, so we will split the diff. I'm off a tad, yes. It's off a tad. Isn't that wonderful? And what happens is sometimes when you cut papers, they're not going to be 12. So my background, I'm going to be off a little bit. So I will show that, and then I will show you a quick fix if you want to do that. Okay, so I'm even up here at the top, but down here at the bottom, I'm off a sliver. So what you can do is simply just leave it that way. I notice a lot of people won't see that in a page, or what you can do is take your trimmer and just trim a sliver off that whole bottom. Okay, it's white on white, not big of a difference. Okay, now you see all my ends are flapping up here. I won't do anything with that until my page is done, and I'll get it my quick dry, which I might as well reach for that now. Yes, because that is never far. And I'm just seeing if this is lined up. Again, yes, pretty good. Okay. Sometimes designs can play tricks on your eye. Okay. Now, if I would have only had one photo, I would have slid this over a little bit more. But since I have two photos going on, and I would have loved to have covered up, and I have to be mindful because I have someone that is covered up, but yet will not be covered up on my layout. So I have to be careful of that. Okay. I have to keep that in mind. Okay. Because if I went this, if I went that way, oh my. So I'm going to have to be mindful of that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mount my photos, and then when I'm done, I will adhere my photos. That way I don't have to worry about somebody not showing. We don't want that. Okay. So I'm simply adhering my photos. And since this is a 12-inch piece, I use this guide. You know, the 12 inches that's already cut, I use that as 2 of my sides, and then I only have to cut on 2. Does that make sense? I don't know if that did. Okay. And so I could mat those together, but I'm not going to. Just in case. You never know. You never know. Okay. Okay. So I hope I do not... I feel a little off today because, you know, Thanksgiving takes so much energy, and that's where my brain is at. My brain, which I wish could be here, but my brain is what I have to do for Thanksgiving prep. But I come back to my room when I need a break. Oh, I better make sure that stays covered. Yeah, I don't want someone to smack me because I showed something I shouldn't. No. Okay. What was I saying? Sometimes I will come back to my space when I need a break from everyday life. Or sometimes if I'm scrapbooking, okay, sometimes if I'm scrapbooking and I get to a dead spot and I don't really know what to do, I'll go clean, or I'll go make some phone calls, or do whatever I need to do for household stuff. And then I can simply, it helps me get back on track. So I use it in both ways. I use scrapbooking as a release, and then sometimes when I need to get away from scrapbooking, I use life as a release. Okay, now I had said in a previous segment I did not know what my title was going to be, and of course I've had a couple of days in between my segments. So I think what it is, because the prompt was My Fair Lady from the load prompt, but at the same time I think I might cover up that exit sign. Why not? Because I only need the dress. And I might do them catty-wampas. I'm not going to do them linear because everything else is so boxy. It's Disney. I'm going to be whimsical. Yes. And so, yes, back to my title. I thought, well, you know, Mary Poppins, some of the things, anything can happen. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this Let It Happen, because that is my story. My story is me being at Disney by myself, and I was still trying to enjoy. And all of these stickers have dimples in them. Oh, well, that just adds to the whimsy. Moving on. Yes, yes. Let it happen. So, and I said this in another video, that when you're working with thickers, work from your outside in, and that way you have less chance of things popping off when you put it back in the packaging. Yes, however you use that. Okay. Yes, every one of these stickers have a dimple. Now, what would have caused that? Well, like I said, just adds to the whimsy of Disney. Yes. And so that is what I'm going to call this. And of course, I'm getting everything falling off. I am going to call this, and I hope I'm not getting a glare on the photos again. Let It Happen. That is going to be the page. Okay. The page title. Don't you just love when these puppies pop off? And I think this only had, what, 4 A's? 3 A's? Yeah, what a jip. We need more A's and E's, people. How many times do we have to tell manufacturers? More vowels, people, more vowels. We should start a petition. Okay, Let It Happen. That is the title I thought for me, because this isn't just about Mary Poppins. I have a story about being at Disney, seeing Mary Poppins, and I thought to myself, I really should enjoy where I'm at and what I'm seeing and what I'm doing. And what year was this? Oh, Lord, I think it was this year. How could I forget that already? Okay, so I think what I'll do is maybe, and all these stickers are popping off. Okay, and I think I might use 3 little periods. I seem to use that a lot when I talk, a lot when I type, so why not? Let it happen. That is what I'm going to call this. And I think I'm going to pull the date from this. And again, that's mixing ivory and white, and I pay no mind to that anymore. No, it doesn't matter. No police is going to come and arrest us because we use ivory and white together. Okay, so I'm going to pull out 2018. And it's so weird to be working on a Disney page and you know you're planning your other Disney trip. And it's like, man, I haven't even finished anything with this trip, and here we are planning another one. But, you know, that's life. You move on. And as my neighbor said, and I did a layout page about this, travel when you can. There may be a day you can't. And so that's my motto going forward. Yes, okay. So there's my title. There's my date. And where is my title going to go? Well, now let's play with that. Yes. Okay. And like I said, I may not adhere my photos till I'm done filming because I'm not sure how I want the placement because I have a person there. And I absolutely could put that over my photos. I cover up these Mickey heads, but that's really no big deal. Or I could run it this way. Or what we could do, we could play with some washi, or I have some more paper I could play with. Okay, so let's do a border. Oh, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Okay, let's do that. Why not? I am simply, in my room. Boy, if I don't get a handle on my room sometime soon, you know, I have scrapbooking going on. I'm trying to hide Christmas gifts, you know, and I got things I got to give to my family when they come, and oh my Lord, the piles. Yeah. And then I'm planning series for what's going to be coming up in 2019 on the channel. So I have those projects started. I know. Glutton for punishment, right? Yeah, okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple 1-inch strips. I think I may want to pull out a edge punch. Why not? Now I have washi, but I've been using washi a lot lately, so, you know, do something different. Why not? Okay. Now, sometimes what I'll do before I start punching, I will get a visual, and I'm hoping I'm in frame. I'm going to get a visual as to what, yes, I think that's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to make my band. Now, I also could put those strips over that, but I may, oh my Lord, what is keep shifting? I hope that was my desk mat shifting and not a vertigo because I'm dealing with that again. So sometimes what I'll do is when I do a border punch, and then sometimes I'll take washi and, oh, here it is. And sometimes I'll take washi and I will cover up that seam. And this coral washi has, oh dear Lord, it has the days of the week. Oh, that would be perfect. What is that? Oh, this must be a brand new roll. Well, shut the front door. I didn't know that. Probably every one of my rolls of washi probably new. Okay. So now, am I going to want that on paper? I think that'll be fine just like it is. Yes. Okay. Because sometimes I do the Vanessa trick and put that on cardstock, but maybe for this time I won't. Okay. So I'm going to need an edge punch. Okay, so what do I do when I'm making a page and I need an edge punch? Okay, well, you know me, I'm going to open my drawer here and I'm going to pull out my catalog binder. Okay, so I'm going to select a edge punch. Okay, and this is going to go quick because I have all my punches. Woohoo, yeah. Okay, and so what do I want? Oh, these loop-de-loops would be fun, but I have to remember I'm using this one. So I can't have too much break in the action. Okay, so let's just go with something simple. Punch bag number 9. Okay, yes, I love that scallop punch. I never get tired of using it. So let me go grab punch bag number 9. How quick is that? Yes. And I'll have a video listed below that shows how I organize punches. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out, and right there is the one I want. Love that. Man, love when supplies are organized. Yes. And I'll just put that here to the side till I'm done. Okay. So I'm actually going to punch these. Okay. And then I will put the washi down. Just like that. Yes. Okay. And my photos are going here. And then I need to figure out where my title's going to be. And I might, what do you think? I might run it vertically because my band is going vertically. So that'll make the eye continuously go. I think that's what I'll do. I will run my title here. Or if I knew for sure where my photos were going to land, because I may do my photos this way. It all depends on this little person that I have here. And do I want my little person looking... I may do it that way. Okay, so I will come back in a few minutes and I will have my paper scraps from this beautiful green and white stripe, and I will use this scallop punch, and I'll put some washi down, and I will adhere my letters. Yes, and then we'll start playing with some embellishments. Now, the load prompt was to play with flowers, so I might grab my flower box and maybe we'll sort through some flowers and see what we're going to do. Okay, so hang on. I will be back. Okay, so I took my edge punch and I absolutely used those 2 pieces of paper on each side, and I did this scalloped punch, and then I had a little extra, so I just cut that little extra off, and I don't know if you can see it, maybe in the close-ups you can, but I adhered it right on top of my decorative punch, so I just gave another little layer of an element, and then I took my washi and covered up that seam, adhered my title, of course, using my lovely tacky glue. Yes, tacky glue. That's an old bottle. And then let's see, what else did I do? Okay, well, my photos are absolutely adhered a little bit in case I change my mind and I want that. I think I want it going that way. Okay, because I'm trying to think what I'm going to have on the right page, but you know, you just go with it. So now let's get to embellishing, and I also added the date there. It looks a little plain there, but we'll see what we come up with. And of course, I have all of my corners. None of them are secured because I do a lot of tucking. Okay, so tuck and roll, baby. Okay, so let's grab some flowers because that was a load prompt. And I honestly have my photo box here full of flowers. Yes, so what am I going to pull out? Well, not red. Oh, I'm definitely pulling white. So I'm just going to pull my white bag. Look how quick that is. Yes, and I'm absolutely going to do the same thing. I'm just going to dump some out of here, and I don't need to dump a lot because some of them are repeats, so I can just play with what I have, or absolutely dump the whole bag. Why not? We're playing, and we'll see what we have. Now I have ivory mixed in here. Oh, these are pretty. These leaves here, they might be a little busy. I don't know if they would show up, but we can simply just play here and see what we find. Well, there's ivory. Oh, there's some really, oh, look at that. But man, you talk about lump and bump. I would have to really rip that apart. I don't have the energy for that, so that's back in the bag. Okay, what else we got? Well, we have a lot of these. These are cute. I have a lot of them. So, you know, I could definitely do some clusters. That's what we could do. There's some big flowers. I could use that as a cluster base. Now, how many is that? I think that's one, but boy, is that ever nice. I think that's a basil flower. So that would be nice as a cluster base. One of those places. Yes, we could do that. There's some other little ones. What else we got? You probably didn't even see what I was doing there. Okay, now that's not really what the shape I want. I'm just looking through my flowers. See what I can find. Oh, those have some nice texture. Too bad they have so much yellow on them. Oh, well, looky there. Oh, yes. That's like Mary's dress. Oh, yes. Now, that's got to make the cut somehow. Okay, so what I do is when I'm pulling some flowers, I just pull a variety and see what I come up with, and then I try to make sure I have an odd number of things. If not, this is too far. I'm going to try to get in one of those leaves. I don't know. Looks a little busy. I don't think that's going to make the cut, but I like it. Oh, leave it in there. Move on. Have to make decisions. Oh, these are just pretty flowers. Okay, so let's just play there. See what we got. Have enough flowers here. I won't use all of these. I just want to get some flowers in. And so, okay, what could we mix with the flowers? Okay, well, I need some cluster bases. So I will come here, and when I'm looking for embellishments for my page, I'm definitely keeping in color, which would be white, red, green, craft, black, all of these. And then also I have my white flowers, so that's pretty much done. And there's that bread I spied. Love that. Definitely love that. Somehow make that on there. And then what else do I have? Well, I need something for cluster bases, and so I think I'll go with some red. What do we have here? We got some hearts. Okay, we'll just pull those. And I'm just pulling from my tray here of different things I can use for cluster bases. And we will go from that. Now I'm only going to do 2 because I'm doing one up here and one down here. Okay, so I'm just pulling that. And I think I will go, I think the red will pop out. Because the only green I have is this, and that's not my whimsy. No. Well, that would be. I'll pull that one for good measure. Okay, so let's play with that a bit. And let's see what we could do for some cluster bases. That green is not, nah, okay. I think I'll just do red and white. Yes, and then I could add in some of this craft here. Because I have this braid that was my inspiration. Yes, okay, so what could we do? Okay, well, we have this flower. That would make a nice base. That would be a nice anchoring base. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And then what do we have up here? Do something red. The hearts are not going to show up if I do tucking. So, okay, well, there we go. And this is a doodlebug doily. And you see why I don't adhere my corners till I'm done? Because I'm a photo corner type person too. So I have these. So if I wanted to put any photo corners, it just makes it easier. Okay, so I like that. I like that. Okay, now let's just get playing with some flowers here and see what we come up with. Well, I really like that. Talk about mood and feel. Wow, that looks like Mary's dress. Okay, I don't know if I want that there. I'll put this on this side since the dress is on this side. I'm hoping I'm in frame. I'm getting excited, so I'm not paying attention what I'm doing. Okay, so I have this brown, this craft braid. So I'm going to need some other craft elements to tie in. And we have some, oh, here's another heart. Okay, that would be good because, well, I was going to say I'll put these, but I didn't use those, did I? Well, let's see what else we got. Maybe we could use one of those for a cluster. What else? And we have these. We have these hearts, okay? Or what I can do, because craft is not, I don't have a lot, I can either bring in a photo corners to get in a visual triangle, or what I can do, I'll use this 3, or what I can do is, don't forget enamel dots. I always have that, okay? And so I always have them laying by. Okay, so what are we going to play with? Okay, well, I need a cluster base, and I need a place for this braid, and so I'm just simply going to sit here and play with some embellishments to see what I like, and I'm getting in some cluster bases. And so I know I want this big flower here. I think it weights it good because of my title, but this tag is not going to cut the cake. Okay, well, here we go. This will be long enough. Well, yes, here we go. Okay, and so then whatever I don't use, I just lay here to the side in case I need that. Okay, now what's in my photo? I have some dead space there, so I could overlap that and have that peek out. Yes, and this has to go down here somewhere. Okay, well, there we go. That looks good. I like that. Very simple, just 3 pieces, but I'm liking that, and I like how that overlaps that photo. That little piece of toile right there. Well, yes. Now, would it be good if I could get this braid inserted? Wouldn't that be pretty? You think that would work? Well, we will try. Okay, so we will try. Okay, so that's going to go there, and I just simply play, and that's what I do. I just lay things around and play, and I already can tell you I'm going to need something else red down here. That's just not going to cut it. And so I just play. That's too big. Okay, so I need something not that big. Okay, so I'm just playing. And when I don't know what to do, I go to the other area. And so, okay, well, I got those 3 things going on. Maybe I could tuck that. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit of something. I don't need that whole heart. No. Okay. So what do I need? I need something else red. So this is why I just bring my tray and I just keep looking. And it makes it easy that you can absolutely pull things out. Well, here's some red hearts. Oh, there's a little bow. Well, now see what if we could get that on there. Okay, so I just keep pulling and keep on playing. Okay. Yes, see, now there we go. There's a nice pop of red. That's too big. But see, now this is nice. I could layer that. Yes, now we're cooking, getting some hearts in there. And I think I will let this toile piece be my showpiece. Okay, we got it going on. And what do we have? This, do you think we could get this bow on? Oh, yes. I don't know if I want that on there, but that looks cute. Maybe I could take it off the clip. Oh, no. Well, there we go. That's too much lump and bump, but I like that little bow. Oh, well, that may not work. Okay, how many flowers I got? We'll see there. Okay. Maybe we'll tuck another flower in here. And I'm just simply playing with my embellishments. And I've gotten asked, how do I do that? And I simply, for example, this right here, that's too much white. So I just start taking things away, okay? And then I just add two. I'm looking at color, and then also two, what am I choosing? I'm choosing embellishments that help me with my mood and feel, which is Mary Poppins, and of course texture, and flowers, and magical, and girly, things like that. Okay, so I think I'm liking this right here. I could absolutely start adhering that, because that's all going to get tucked in. And I don't need the whole shape of those hearts. Okay, and so this looks good. This looks good. Okay, I have this other heart. And that's too much in size. That's too much. Okay, so again, see, process of elimination. And I have that flower there. That might pop then, and well, yeah, that might be something. Okay, so that's my embellishment, starting there. Okay, now I'm scratching my head. What am I doing next? Well, I could get in a pop of black because of this and this and get my visual triangle. So let me see what I have for black. Okay. So what do I have for black? And I'm just playing here. Well, now looky here. Here is photo corners with music notes. Does that say Mary Poppins? I believe so. And then, okay, I have a black butterfly. And then, what else do I have? Well, that says America. That won't work. Love you. There's a heart. Oh, I could get hearts in a visual triangle. And what else do we have here? Here's a little tag. And what else do we have? Red. I wanted to use that happy somewhere, maybe. Again, just playing with embellishments. Oh, what's this say? Love these little moments. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, now we got some more. So you see, I don't have all my embellishments pulled at one time. I'm playing, and then whatever I think doesn't make the cut because of scale or color or what, I just put it aside, but that means I still have it to play. But I have this chipboard piece. I really like this. Oh, that would have looked cute there, but I have the date there. Okay, that'll help. That'll help. There, here. Okay, now we got a heart. That's too much. But that's okay. Just keep playing. Oh, no, that would be cute. There we go. Have that little, right there. That little butterfly I'm going to put on foam tape. And I'm going to put that right there. And that'll be the start of my title. Okay, now what else do I need? I need another pop of black. And, yes, I need another pop of black. And that would work good. But I have the date there. But I could always take those off. I have no problem rearranging things if I'm still in frame. I don't want to get a glare on the photos. I don't know what it is with these photos, but it seems like I've gotten a lot of glare. Now that would have been cute. Well, we shall see. Okay, but I know I am going to, I don't know, I am definitely going to take one of these photo corners that's got music notes, and I don't like the long tail on them, so I will cut that off. And I will put that on there. And that is so, oh, wonderful little touch. Now, if I put this here, there's no sense putting one there because it's, well, I don't know if you'd see it. Let's try. I mean, it's just a photo corner if you don't see it. You know, but I better wait. I better start adhering things down. Okay. Make some decisions, Janet. Let's go. Let's go. We have pies to be made. Yes. What old pies do you all make for Thanksgiving? So my little gal, my little one, I always ask when she's coming home, what do you want? Some food? What foods do you want? You know, campus food's nothing to write home about. And actually, she is very tired of campus food about right now. So she said, how about a pumpkin roll? So I'm going to make a pumpkin roll and a pumpkin pie. And then I always make the standard chocolate pie. Yes, my family loves the chocolate pie. So that is going to be, I think I like that there. Yes. Now that seems a little bit big. So I'm going to make it smaller. This is kind of big, so I don't want this up here as far as my cluster to be as big as this one. Does that make sense? Because I want it to look a little bit smaller. I like that. Yes, I like that. Okay. And so we're going to start adhering. Okay. So I think that's what I'll do is I will just keep it playing and adhering these down. And I got that photo corner on. And I might as well just put that on there, and we shall see if we end up at the end of the layout, if we see it. We may not. Maybe a little bit. Okay, so I will be back with a finished page, and you pretty much saw everything I was doing there. Yes, very, very fun. Fun just to play. And it doesn't take that long, but see, this is what I do. I like to sit here and just keep playing. Oh, I like that there. Could tuck that in. Oh, I love this part. I don't like to rush this part at all. Okay, and so then I already know I'm gonna have a little bit of visual triangle there. My journaling will go right here. Okay, so I will be back with a finished page, and I'm gonna challenge myself to come back with a finished page with my journaling done. Okay, let's see if I can do that. Okay, hang on. Okay, I am back with my finished page, and guess what? Looky there. Yes, there's my journaling. I'm trying to be a little bit better about that. So what did I do? Honestly, I just finished adhering my embellishments, and then there was a couple things I wanted to point out because, you know me, I always have to talk. So one thing I didn't mention is that I took my corner rounder and I used that on 2 of these corners to give a little bit more whimsy feel to it, and I seem to do that when I do the offset method. Just gives you another little special little element without having to do anything but to use this lovely. Yes. And I use this all the time, and I have it sitting out on my desk all the time. I give it prime real estate. Okay, and then also too with this title, and I talked about this in another video, is that when you're using a T-square, which is absolutely wonderful adhering letters, you want to adhere your alphas sooner rather than later. I've learned this over the years, is because once you start getting embellishments in, this chipboard embellishments will mess up your T-square measuring, and you just can't. You just cannot get a good you can't get a good baseline for your alphas. So then what do you do if you have a T-square and it's moving all around? Put a punch or something on there that'll keep it stable. And then also too, what do you do for an alpha? And I'm going to cover up these photos. So I'm getting a glare. Is that, see these 2 P's here? Well, you know, when I'm doing a T-square, they're supposed to go below this baseline. Well, what I do is I leave room for them, and then after I have everything else in here, I'll go back and just eyeball where they need to go. Now in this case, I did on purpose not put them where you would see them on an alphabet line. I moved them up a little bit just to give me a little bit of whimsy again in my page, because you see that is absolutely my mood and feel, is the whimsy and the beautiful Mary Poppins. So what I want to talk about next is my journaling, because I do have it done, and so I'm going to put my journaling in one of 3 places, and I wanted to show that. Now the font that I used was a calligraphy font, and this is what it's called. And so when I printed this out, I printed it out in a font size of 10 and also a font size of 9, because I didn't know when I came to my page which one would look better. So instead of having to go back and do it over, I just did it at one time, and I do that a lot. And so I saw that that was going to be too big for me. Okay, but sometimes with a calligraphy font, the smaller you go, the harder it is to read, so keep that in mind too. So this is about the size I wanted for my journaling. And so where could it go? It could absolutely go right there, look fine. I could absolutely flush it over here to the mat on my offset. It would look fine there. I could absolutely put this journaling in my band right at the top, or I could just have a little extra mat there. That would be good. And then another place I could put this journaling is right over top of my photos. Yes, now my photos are at an angle, and I can get away with that because all my background pieces are linear. And so with this, I might want to follow the movement of my photos, or I could keep it straight. However you want to do it. I think it looks fine anywhere because down here, this is just brick, you know, or pavement. Who wants to see that? So I could do that. It wouldn't matter. So the only other thing I did was add a couple little word stickers. One says hello and the good life, and I added some gems and some enamel dots. Now my black gems are just these Kaiser Craft rhinestones, which, you know, I think they go with Mary Poppins. Yes. And so I just did that, and it creates, if you see here, it creates a visual triangle. And then also too, I used some craft enamel dots, again a visual triangle, and then down here I used a couple enamel dots, but then these three elements in craft create a visual triangle for me. So absolutely. And I'll have a video link below if you want some more video time for the weekend, and it's a long video. It talks about visual triangle and clustering 101, and we will be talking about clustering on another level in the new year, so hang on for that. And I think that is about all I have for the page, other than I had a little bit of a scrap left over from one of those photo corners. So what did I do? I stuck that little scrap right down here, and that little addition gives me a visual triangle of those music notes. Again, don't throw anything away until you just never know what little bits and bob you have left over from cutting something off can give me a visual triangle. And what was that? Remember, I had put a photo corner on there, and I didn't want that whole tail. I just cut that off and ended up using that down there for a visual triangle of those music notes. Very, very fun. So that is all I have for today as far as a start to finish using the band, because if you take away my photos and my embellishments, where's my band? Right here. And so I used this black and white paper, added a paper scrap, and I used my edge punch, and then I added a washi. So I just extended my band, but that's all that is a band on top of a mat with an offset. And we talked about that in the video, but that's all it is. It looks complicated than it really is because of the use of color and my embellishments, of course. Okay, now my journaling. Yes, I didn't want to forget that. Is that my journaling says sorry, my title says let it happen. Of course, Mary Poppins has a quote that says anything can happen if you let it. So I played off of Mary Poppins quote, and I just called it let it happen, because at Disney this trip I didn't have my sidekick with me, and there was just times I had to keep reminding myself, just enjoy the sights, enjoy the food, enjoy the people. I had to keep reminding myself to just let it happen and have fun, and however as much as you can without your sidekick. So I wanted to show one more thing. And this talks about organizing by color versus organizing by embellishments. And I say do a little bit of both, and that's what I do. I have embellishments here, there, everywhere, because I use it in a little bit of different. But now these craft enamel dots, they were with a pack of enamel dots that were fall themed. And so if I would have had this in fall embellishments, I would not have found the color that I needed to do this. So it comes to one of those things when you're deciding, do you organize by color or you organize by embellishment? You have to honestly sit down and think how you scrap. For me, primarily I scrap by color, so I need to organize by color. But that doesn't mean everything in my life and everything in my space is organized by color. It's okay to mix it up. Okay, so I think that's all I have, or else I will just keep talking. But come back tomorrow, because there's another video tomorrow to extend the holiday weekend here at RTS. And what is that video going to be? Sorry. It is going to be a giveaway, yes, and it's going to be a special giveaway as to say thanks to my lovely subscribers. So hop over, bring another piece of pie and a cup of coffee, and just enjoy the holiday weekend. So I hope your weekend's going well. Come back to RTS, because you never know what we're going to learn. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.